Hi friends, this is Dainty Tank. Thank you for joining me. Welcome back to Love is Strange. This is part 4 in our series, I do believe. Last time we left off, we basically went on a sleepover with Chloe. Definitely a lot of feelings there. We gave her the mixtape, which was well received, as it should be, because the tunes. And we are now hopping into, I think, Thursday. So let's go back. So jittery I can barely pay attention in class. Alright. Let's catch up on what we've missed. Alright. Here we go. Chloe asked me if I had anywhere in mind for the photo location. Okay. So this is Junkyard, right? Okay, I woke up in a dark mood with Chloe's big announcement yesterday taking over all my thoughts. I don't want to stop Chloe from leaving. I seriously don't. She deserves to see the whole world and more. Still. I know it's selfish, but I don't like the idea of saying goodbye again. It's hypocritical since I'm the one who left first, but I don't know what else I feel. But I'm not going to stop her regardless of how I feel about it. I want her to remember Arcadia Bay and me positively, no matter how long she's gone for. So I decided to gift her something precious and personal. I put together a mixtape for her. She flipped in a good way. Apparently, she hadn't thought of music on her trip at all, which is a surprise, honestly. She seemed to be happy that I had even thought. Let me turn this up a little bit so I can hear myself. I even thought of her at all, which was really what I was going for. So what if I want Chloe to be thinking of me when she's traveling? Oh, so what? At least I can admit it. This time when we're apart, I'm keeping in touch. I just keep telling myself that she's not going to be away for that long. Probably. I hope. I had invited Chloe down to the boardwalk to hang out and hopefully just to enjoy the afternoon with her, but things came to a close pretty fast when Joyce called. Not one to keep Chloe away from her mom. I was ready to just go back to school, but Chloe invited me back to her place instead. She all but used the word sleepover. She even mentioned blanket forts. Blanket forts! I know it'd be completely crazy to accept because it's a school night, but did anyway. So rebellious of me. Where's the blue hair dye? Manic panic. Of course, the moment we got back to Chloe's place, Joyce fed us some food. I thought I would legit die. And then we did all the cleanup before going to Chloe's room to build our blanket fort. We both got less than 2 years to being 20 years old. Yikes. Yikes. But we're still having fun like kids. I mean, you can have fun no matter how old you are. That's the thing, is that age is a number. Don't let it define you. Go have freaking fun. But we're still having fun like kids. I love it. I kind of hope that never changes. We lounged around and talked about our contest photo and the kind of shot we wanted to take. To be honest, I keep forgetting about the contest. There's so much else to think about, and every single bit of it comes back to Chloe. Then, with a big, fat mouth, I kind of abruptly spilled that I wanted Chloe to be my model for the photo, which really seemed to knock her flat, but it shouldn't. Chloe just fits so naturally in front of my camera. Uh-huh. Max. Chloe just fits in front of my camera, you know? Those angles. When I was right to be worried about keeping Chloe from her mom this week because Chloe told me all about how Joyce cried when she said she'd be leaving. I think I should try to visit Joyce when Chloe's gone, but so she's not lonely. And then Chloe asked me if I thought I was like a bird, whatever that means. I wish I could be one, like Chloe, someone free and brave. I'm not sure why she got all philosophical out of nowhere, but it was definitely something that had me thinking pretty hard. She got a little mushy for a moment, but she checked herself pretty fast. Then we put on a movie, because it's tradition, of course. It really was like reliving her childhood sleepovers. Donnie Darko. Alright, so with that, we're on Thursday, and we just got to class. I'm so jittery I can barely pay attention in class. Every time the light shifts, I just get distracted thinking about what to do for the photo and when I should text Chloe. What kind of angle I want to take, you know? I mean, Chloe should be there. Chloe should be in class. Like, she's in class with you. Even if we don't win, this photo's gonna be important to me and to Chloe. It's going to be the last thing we do together before she goes. It's gonna be ours. I was almost late to class today, anyway, which isn't helping my distraction. Forgot Chloe doesn't set alarms, of course. So I just woke up to Joyce yelling for me and Chloe's elbows in my face. Oh, I forgot you were in a sleepover. She only grumbled and rolled over when I untangled our legs. Aw. Got dressed and hurried out the door, so she's probably still asleep. Oh, God. I legit thought that was my phone. I was like, wait, what? What? Emergency! Just as I thought, though, my phone buzzes. I have to wait for the teacher to turn around before I can check it. Meet me out front in 10 minutes. In front of the school? Yes, Max, in front of the school. I look out the window, a little anxiously, but of course she's not there. Knowing Chloe, she just rolled out of bed, waking and baking as I think about her. True. Wake and bake. My class ends in 10 minutes. I have another one starting up in 20. I know that Chloe knows that. I don't know what she's planning yet, but whatever it is, it's probably something totally irresponsible. Something Joyce would shake her head disapprovingly at the very least. I shove my phone back in my pocket and do my best to focus back on the lesson. I'm too old for Chloe's shenanigans to be giving me butterflies. No, you are right. You are not too old. You're 18. Like, you're allowed to have the shenanigans. And, like, Chloe is great at the shenan. Let's go with the shenanigans. Shenanigans. Boop, boop, ba-doo-doo. Shenanigans. Chloe isn't out front when I hurry outside after class, so I'm stuck waiting for 5 minutes, checking between the row and then the time, and worrying about class and Chloe in regular intervals. Class, girlfriend, class, love interest, class, the only photo I ever want to take. There we go. I'm checking my phone for the 5th time when there are 3 sharp honks of a car horn, and I look up to see Chloe's truck parked in front of the academy steps. She's grinning at me from inside. Get in, loser! Get in, loser, we're doing drugs! Hey there. I hurry over, slipping my phone back into my pocket and folding my arms up on the gap left by the open window. Hey! Excited to see me? Max is so excited, and you don't even know. Naturally. That just makes her grin wider at me, and I smile back, leaning forward a little so there's less of a barrier between us. It's a little gay. What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be packing? Oh no, we're flirting. Oh no, we're flirting. Couldn't get enough of me last night. Insatiable. Oh, you really won't get off my case this week. At first she looks startled, but then she sees my expression, which I'm sure is just a stupid grin. She just beams at me and scooting closer to the window so we're face to face. Don't pull this on me, Caulfield. You're the one who wanted to partner up in the first place. You picked this. Because I knew no one else would bear to put up with you. I was saving the world. Or Arcadia Bay, one place at a time. She gasps in mock offense, pressing a hand to her chest. Then she just grins again, leaning forward a little more. No one else would be able to handle me. I'm about to retort, hopefully with something snarky and clever, but then our noses brush. I hadn't realized she'd gotten so close. Out of instinct, I lean back a little, surprised. Chloe blinks at me and then gives a nervous chuckle and leans back too. No, Caulfield! No! Your chemistry! Anyway, speaking of, what do you say we, get this show on the road? Hop in my truck, skip class, don't be a normie, off we go. You seriously want to ditch right now? Yeah, that's what she just asked. You seriously don't? Chloe, I have class right now, actually. You do too, if I'm remembering correctly. You are honestly such a square. I mean, yeah, she's photos. Photos. As I'm giggling at her unironic use of square as an insult, she just rolls her eyes in my direction and goes on. Come on, dude, if there was ever a reason to cut class, it's to do this. You're pursuing your passion or whatever, right? Oh yeah, Chloe. Max is certainly pursuing her, passions. Uh-huh. Oh, wait. Okay, don't pretentious art schools like Blackwell have an addendum that, excuses absences if you're inspired or something? I doubt it. And your best friend who's leaving town tomorrow is telling you to... Come on. Well... And this guy's really pretty right now. Look. I don't know if she's being sincere or just teasing me, but when I tilt my head back to look at the sky, it's really pretty. Clear blue reaching out from the fading pinks and purples of early morning. I sigh. Let's go. Let's go then. Chloe raises an eyebrow but reaches forward and unlocks the door anyway. Jeez, I thought you'd be a harder sell. I climb into the truck, toss my bag underneath my feet. What made you think that? You always get so whiny whenever I try to get you to do something. What's the word you like? Delinquent, right? She pouts in my direction, for show, and I laugh and shove it at her shoulder. Who's whining now? She chuckles, spinning her keys around one finger very gaily. I lean back and watch them circle around that finger. Gay. Besides, it's not like convincing me to be with you is that hard to sell. The keys fly off her head and hit the dash, and I flinch at the sound before glancing back at her in surprise. You startled the price. She winced when the keys crashed against the car too, but now she's just looking at me a little wide-eyed. This time I really can't help but get kind of flustered. Honestly, Max, could that have sounded more gay? I mean, kind of yes, but ooh. No, I get it. I know I'm irresponsible. Yeah, no, I'm irresistible. Among other things. All good things, though. I just chuckle, unable to deny it, and reach down to get her keys back for her. She turns the car on, the truck kicking a few times before rearing into action. Alright, let's bail before the dogs freak. Dog freaks? Yes. I'm sure they'll understand. I mean, the deadline was so short. I bet tons of people are scrambling. Dude, who cares? You are officially... She pauses for a few seconds. Just long enough to pull out of the academy parking lot. Off Blackwell grounds. God, living at school must really fuck with your head. No worrying about class or deadlines or homework for the rest of the day, alright? It's just Chloe time. If you say so. Nope. You're the one in charge here, Max. You're calling the shots. Quite literally. Oh, get it? Calling the shots? Like it's a photo pun? I was making a joke, and then I kept reading, and it was exactly my joke. I love you, Chloe. With everything in my heart, I love you, Chloe. You're hilarious. I know! Anyway, I want you to say, I'm not going to worry about class or deadlines or homework for the rest of the day. Okay, I won't. Word for word. Just roll my eyes and try not to giggle. I fail. Isn't paraphrasing good enough? Chloe scoffs. Then suddenly the truck slows to what's basically a crawl. Chloe leans back lazily against the seat, looking at me sideways. I mean, I guess it's passable, but so is, reaching our destination 2 hours from now. Chloe! I'm not going to worry about class or deadlines or... You're such a pain in the ass! I end up having to deliver it through giggles. I'm not going to worry about class or deadlines or homework for the rest of the day. Happy. And my best friend Chloe Price is gonna have my undivided attention. I smile at her leaning back against the seat. And my best friend Chloe Price is going to have my undivided attention. She grins back at me, revving the car back up to what's probably a little above the speed limit. And also, I'm going to admit she's the hottest person I've ever... In your dreams? She laughs, high and pleased, then I smile, facing forward again and settling farther down into the cracked leather. After being in silence for a minute, I finally recognize the slightly tiny music coming out of Chloe's car radio. Oh. It's a song I had put on Chloe's CD, one of mine that I had hoped she would like. She glances over at me curiously when I speak, then looks back at the stereo. I didn't want to have to wait to listen to it. That's okay. I mean, that's totally... Do you like it? I love it. You've got good taste after all, buried under horrible fashion sense. Ugh, you suck. When I glance back at her, though, she's just smiling at me again. It might be the sunlight reflecting, but her eyes seem soft. Thanks, Max. I just blink at her for a second and then smile back. You're welcome. Alright, enough of this mushy shit. Let's get this show on the road. She brings us up to 10 miles per hour over the speed limit, and then we're really on our way. Back to the junkyard? Yeah, the sky's pure blue when we reach the junkyard, bright and clear, and it makes me feel optimistic despite the butterflies starting to take flight in my stomach. Don't make that face. What face? This one. She pulls some kind of exaggerated pout. I definitely do not make that face. Yeah, you do. It's the face you always make when you're worried about something. And you shouldn't be worried. You're going to take an amazing picture. How do you know? 'Cause it's you. But it's not going to be taken if you just sit here and mope about it. Come on, let's go. She grins at me and climbs out of the truck, coming around the side of the truck to let me out. How gentlemanly. Well, I'm with a lady, so what are you thinking for the shot, Max? I look around carefully. There's so much to catch the eye here. Overturned appliances, metal shining in the sunlight, the bright colors of the trees and the sky above all else. So what are you thinking for the shot, Max? What do you think? I don't know where to start. What do you think? Well, what do you think? She glances at me surprised. What do I think? Shit, Max, you're the professional here. And you're my partner, right? We're doing this together. Dude, I'm just here for the ride because you asked me. Because there's no one I'd rather be with for this. Come on, not even a sarcastic thought. I glance around the junkyard again, uncertainly. And when I glance back at Chloe, she's got a lot closer than before. Like, a lot closer. You really mean that? Mean what? That there's no one else you'd rather be with. I can feel her breath on my face. Well. Then suddenly she grins. You're so easy. What? There's a sudden sharp bonk on my head, and when I gasp and step back in surprise, Chloe just laughs, tossing me a stick and leveling a second one in my direction. Preemptive strike on God, Max! Oh, you're so dead. I go after her, and she laughs, taking 2 steps forward and swinging at me again. Feels different than it had just 2 days ago, goofing off and playing pirates with Chloe. Heavier and more valuable now that I know it's not going to last. Still, it's hard to feel that weight of wistfulness when Chloe's poking me in the ribs with a broken tree branch, laughing like there's nothing to worry about, lit up all blue and smiling against the sky behind her. Get your head in the game, Max. What? You're the one. Suddenly I lose my footing and go tumbling backwards, landing flat on my ass between a mossy mattress and another stack of tires. Damn it. Chloe, exceptionally smug, steps over my knees and crouches down just above my hips, tipping my chin up just slightly with her stick. Oh, the turntables. Yeah. And now for my victor speech. O Arcadia Bay, thou hast seen the most glorious sight on this holiest days. You're crazy. You're crazy. Well, you make me crazy. That's okay. The grin slips a little off her face, but she doesn't stand up. Instead, she just looks down at me more intently, tossing the branch aside and crossing her arms over her squatted knees. I'm still trapped between her calves. How crazy. I sit up, but she still doesn't move. She's looking at me like she's trying to figure out an answer. But I don't know what the problem is. What do you mean? Like... She trails off a little, breaking eye contact. I try to peer into her face, and when our eyes meet again, she seems to get some conviction back. Like if I asked you to do something actually crazy, something maybe kind of stupid, would you? Like what? Depends. Probably. I probably would. Chloe's eyebrows raise. I shift up a little higher, lean forward a little, so even though she's still crouched over me, we're face to face. Even if it was something really stupid. Like that narrows it down. She makes a face at me, but there's a smile tugging at her mouth, and she's holding it back the way she does when I've said something that's pleased her, but she doesn't want me to know how much. I love seeing her smile, though. I go fishing for it. Yeah, I still would. You make me crazy and stupid. That gets the grin to really blossom against her face, and I grin back, feeling warm and kind of ridiculous and just stupidly happy. Oh, you're so gay. That's good to know. She stands abruptly and reaches down with one hand. I take it and she tugs me to my feet. That's it? What's the stupid thing you're gonna ask me to do? It was a hypothetical question. Hypothetical my ass. Chloe, come on. She just laughs, squeezing my hand and tugs me forward again. Come on. I can't help you out with artistic vision or whatever, but I can show you a better vantage point. She leads me to one of the biggest fixtures in the yard, the rusty and lopsided school bus, and looks at it appreciatively, hands on her hips. Then, without too much ado, she moves forward and scales it. A second later, she's beaming down at me, cross-legged and smug. Up and at 'em, Supergirl! Chloe, I'm gonna die. She grins at me, but then gets up again, crouching down and offering me a hand. If it were just your clumsy ass here, sure, but come on. I won't let you fall. I eye her skeptically for another second, but she just beams relentlessly back. You better not. I reach up to her and she pulls up, letting me brace myself on the rusty walls and the window that creaks worryingly under my feet. For a second, I wobble, and my hand tightens around hers. Jeez, Max. She gives my hand a sharp tug, and I come shooting up on top of the bus, her other hand going to the small of my back to steady me. Whoa there. You good? We're so close together again. Her hands are calloused and warm. I'm good. Thank you. Sure. She just keeps looking at me. I end up being the one to pull away first, closing one hand into a fist and lifting the other over my eyes to survey the junkyard from above. This is great. You can see everything from up here. Yeah, I like it. It's relaxing. I hear her shuffling behind me and then the creak of metal beneath us. I turn and she's taking a seat again, a joint dangling between her fingers and a lighter in her other hand. I grin at her, reaching into my bag for my camera. Well, I'm glad you're coping with stress in a mature fashion. Don't knock until you try it, Max. I grin at her and almost turn to survey the landscape again, lifting the camera slightly. Then I pause just to watch her. She doesn't pay me too much mind, just lights her joint and brings it to her lips. It's exhaling gray. She's beautiful like this. All faraway expression, loose limbs, ember glowing soft orange between her fingers. Wait. She glances up at me, about to lower her joint, but I quickly wave my hands. Don't move. Stay like that. She does, legs still propped up and joint burning soft colors between her fingers, watching me curiously as I scale back down the side of the bus. What are you doing? Stay like that! I settle back down on the ground and take a few steps back, squinting up at her and taking a few steps from side to side, judging the weight, the scene, the space. From side to side, judging the light, the sense of space. Chloe watches me for a minute, then just chuckles, shaking her head, brings the joint back to her mouth. You're such a weirdo. I don't know, you're the weirdo. That's my thought. And just then, the way she draws her legs up a little higher, lifting her arm again and looking away, her expression going far away like before. I draw the lens up to my eyes and snap a photo. Chloe lounging on top of the bus, smoking with the bright blue sky behind her. Wow. Pleased with yourself? This is it, Chloe. Both her eyebrows raise, and she rubs the cigarette out against the roof of the bus, swinging her legs over the side. What do you mean? This could be the photo we submit. Are you serious? She hops down and comes towards me, leaning over my shoulder to look at the photo in my hand, warm against my back. Okay, that is kind of hot. Yeah, I'm so gay. Respectfully. But it's just... I glance over at her and she seems to struggle for a moment for words, glancing at me and then away. It's just me. Yeah, there's feeling behind it. Look at your expression here. She takes it from me, frowning at it, one arm still over my shoulder. I mean, are you sure? It's just me smoking on a bus. Shit, it's not even gonna be, like, incriminating. No, it'll be fine. I take it back from her, looking at it again. Chloe, lit and striking against the stark colors of bus and sky. It's perfect. This is Chloe. This is how I see Chloe. Beautiful, at the center of everything, almost far away enough to be untouchable. Almost. It almost has, an Into the Wild kind of vibe to it. That finally gets Chloe to snort, squeezing my shoulders before, letting me go. You're so pretentious. Besides, there's no way I'm ending up like that guy. I hadn't really meant it like that. I was just thinking of Chloe setting off into the wilderness, but now she's put the idea of getting lost out there, and I can't help but think about it. You won't, right? Chloe angles a smirk over at me, but falters when she sees my face. Jesus, Max, you're not actually worried about this, right? Yeah, I trust you. I trust you, Chloe. I know you'll do what's right for you. I glance at the photo again. I just think about you by yourself, and I get worried, and I know I really shouldn't because it's you, but I just... Cut off by Chloe wrapping both arms around me and nearly lifting me off my feet with the force of her embrace. I'm surprised, but I do my best to hug her back, even though she's kind of got my arms pinned. It'll be okay, Max. I know, but no, I promise. It will be. She doesn't say anything else, just hugs me for a little while longer before letting go and looks a little bashful when she pulls away. She jerks her head in the direction of some car wrecks, quickly turning away. I don't totally understand, but I meant it when I said I trusted her, so I just follow. She sits down on the hood of one of the cars, and I sit down beside her, looking carefully at the photo of her again. You're 100% sure that's the one you want to use? Yeah, I think so. I've got a good feeling about it, and the contest is about feelings. Chloe just snorts. You artists and your feelings. Oh, don't give me that. She grins sideways at me, all teeth. Well, I mean, we're already here. I think we have enough time for a tiebreaker match. I grin back at her, sliding the photo back into my bag. Oh, I mean, if you're that eager to lose. Cocky. We'll see. She goes off, scrounging for makeshift swords, and I lean back on the hood of the car, watching her fingers occasionally tapping on the thin, filmy photo still in my bag. It's Friday. Unfortunately, though, I do have to cut it here. I will let you finish this off on Friday, seeing as it is Friday. But, you know, couple days, next upload. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for hanging out. I love you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.